Hey everyone, welcome back to The Cool Way. My name is Scott Kameyer, your host. I'm with AC Advantage, and my guest today is Amber Hernandez, and she is with Showcase Photography and Video. Yes. Amber, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're doing, what you're looking for. Photos, videos, you're doing real estate, you're doing family photos and weddings and things like that. What's your specialty?
Actually, as owner of Showcase Photography and Design Services, I am the lead photographer, and we specialize in real estate photography and design services. We do interiors, exteriors, aerials, all types of print material, including EDDMs, flyers, brochures, any type of marketing material that will help you sell your listing.
Wow. Okay, so you're not doing weddings.
We do not do weddings,
You're not
although we're
doing
asked
bar
all the
mitzvahs.
time. No.
You're not doing
Nope.
somebody's boat trip out to the Bahamas?
No, although we could. We like to specialize in real estate photography, as many of our clients have told us they appreciate a photographer that has a specialty instead of one that does everything, because we really focus on what we do to make it look its best.
So real estate.
Yes.
Probably one of the most expensive purchases of somebody's life, right?
Absolutely.
So if you're
absolutely.
selling it or buying it, you want to have a good idea and know that the internet now, a lot of people are looking.
Yes.
So if they're looking and their photos, they're seeing photos coming out, and some of those photos are not so good. Where are those photos that aren't so good coming from?
Oh, the wonderful black room and bright window photos that we all see on the MLS. Guess what they're taken from? A smartphone.
Oh.
Yes. Which, now, I don't mean to be insulting, because our smartphones are amazing, but the problem is with them is, even if we have 1,000,000 megapixels, it's not going to capture the exterior of the windows and the darkness of the interiors and blend them together seamlessly. It's going to capture just a bright, blown out window. You won't be able to see outside. It'll just be this big bright light, and the whole room will be dark. So these are amazing for phone calls and social media and everything else. When it comes to real estate photography, you don't want to use your smartphone.
So if I'm trying to sell my house,
Yes.
and I'm taking pictures of my couch,
Yes.
I really like my couch.
Yeah.
That's not what we're looking for there?
Not unless you are an interior decorator, and that is what you're trying to highlight. From a buyer's perspective, which is actually how I photograph, is you want to capture every element of the room. You don't want to just focus on a window or a couch or a counter, even though kitchens are a big seller in a home.
Huge.
Yes, you don't want to just maybe get a handle or one cabinet. You want to capture the entire room, because you want the buyer to look at the listing from a perspective of, can I see myself in this home?
So are you doing like a panoramic picture? Or?
We can do those, but I shoot with a really wide angle lens, which typically captures the whole room, mainly floor to ceiling, so they can get a feel for the size of the room, the size of the furniture that's in the room, so they get perspective, and they want a neutral palette, something that they can see themselves in and their family. That's
So
what
if
we're
I
looking
see
for.
somebody else's family on the walls, I shouldn't have that?
It's not recommended, and here's
Okay.
why. Even though family portraits are amazing and they're personal to all of us, and we love seeing our families up there, it's not really going to assist in selling the listing, I'll be honest with you. So the best thing to do is to grab
So I can't have Cousin Lurch on the wall?
Oh, you can, but it may not help in selling your home. So you would like to have, like I said, neutral colors, neutral palette, something that can be upgraded to maybe their liking. You don't want to have like green and blue walls and Cousin Lurch on the wall. You want something with, like I said, a neutral palette. We're in Florida, tropical decor. It always goes
Right.
over really, really well. Maybe
Bright
palm
colors.
trees, well, you got to be careful.
Okay.
If it's bright colors,
Bright colors.
in your artwork,
Neutral colors.
Neutral, but like for example, if we had the beach on the wall, something beautiful, tranquil, welcoming. That's really what home buyers get drawn to.
Peaceful and calming.
Peaceful and calming.
Okay,
You want to stay away from
like
neon
everybody's home.
colors, because they are scary.
So medieval dragons up on the walls?
Unless you own a castle, I would avoid dragons and medieval artwork.
All right, so when you go into somebody's house to
Yes.
take photos, I mean,
Yes.
obviously you're not using your cell phone.
I do not.
Okay, so
No.
you're using a professional grade camera.
Yes.
And you're looking at it through a designer's eye.
Correct.
On what is going to best sell somebody's house.
Correct.
So all of these different photos that you're taking. I mean, obviously closets, walk-in closets, walls, things like
Right.
that. I mean, guys, hide the porno from the closets, okay?
Yes.
Just saying. Get rid of the magazines
You really
if
should.
you've got pictures of your nude wife up on the wall. Lose that. Put something nice and peaceful up there. Am I right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
If you have adult content, and hey, if that's your thing, that's fine. But when you're trying to sell your home, you would like to hide the adult content because typically buyers are bringing their families into the home, and typically we do not want to introduce our children to adult content at an age that's inappropriate to be viewing those things. So
Gotcha.
yes, any things like that. Now, what we do feature on our website, or you can contact us and we can email it to you directly, we have what we call a property prep checklist. Now, what this does is it will allow you, the realtor or the home buyer, to prepare your home for professional photography. It covers everything from the foyer to the pool, bedrooms to bathrooms, windows, countertops, floors, everything in there. And it's a really nice simple guide to let somebody walk through and say, oh, I should fix that light bulb or clean those windows, because we shoot in high definition and in 4K, which many of you know that is Ultra HD.
It shows.
And it shows. And believe it or not, even though you think, oh, no one will see that streak on the bathroom mirror, it's very visible, and our editing can only do so much. So if you have dirty windows and spots and smudges, what's 10 minutes just to clean those up? It'll
Right.
make such a difference in the way your home is presented and captured.
So now, Amber, I know that you have a few different things that you actually bring forward with your design qualities, as well as your eye for
Yes.
photography. One of those things that a lot of people are doing these days are aerial photography.
Correct.
What can you tell me about that?
What we do is we shoot in 4K. We have various drones to go up and handle different conditions. What is really amazing about aerial photography is if you have an oversized lot, or you back up to the ocean or the preserve
Oh,
or a
that's
river.
nice.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
That's great.
And a lot of people who come from out of state to purchase homes down here, they want to see, what does the neighborhood look like? What am I backing up to? Does that home back up to 95? Ugh.
Schools, parks,
Schools,
lakes.
parks, exactly. Some people want to be close to a school, some people do not. Some people want to be close to 95 for the commute, some people want to avoid it. So it really depends on where the listing is, the size of the lot, because what's beautiful about the Treasure Coast is we have larger lots than they do in South Florida. So what's great is what we do, we'll go up as high as we can, and we will do a perimeter outline. So when the person looks at it, oh my goodness, look at the size of the house and the lot that it sits on. Oh my goodness, my neighbors are not, an arm's distance from me.
Right.
So it's really great to capture the surrounding area and the distance to the ocean and parks and preserves and the size of the home as well.
Right. So you've got some privacy in homes, and you can actually see that in the photos.
Absolutely.
And also, how fast does a house sell? Actually, when let's say, opposed to somebody doing a for sale by themselves and they're using their smartphone.
Right.
If somebody was to hire you, how much faster? What's the typical time frame when somebody sells their house using your services?
That's a really good question. I have, on average, had my clients tell me that they sell their listings between 1 and 7 days after using our services.
That's quick.
Yes, I've even actually had clients call me and say, you know what? I used my smartphone and my listing is getting no showings. So they called me in, and literally I had a client tell me that their listing, they had 7 people want to view it, but they couldn't that day for whatever personal reason for the seller. So they were backed up with appointments to get their listing viewed.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I know that you're doing like door hangers or designs and flyers and things like that. I mean, you listed a whole bunch of things right off the bat.
Yes.
So I would assume that that's going to help a lot of the realtors get those items on the market, so you have these package deals where you can get everything all together, right?
Absolutely. Yes, we have different packages for photography and design, and both services combined. We do EDDMs, which stands for Every Door Direct Mailer,
Okay.
which is perfect for a realtor who is trying to draw the neighborhood into the listing. A lot of times people don't realize what an EDDM does. Some people think, oh, it's just announcing that the realtor can sell a home, but believe it or not, they get more traffic when they when they go about it a certain way, because what they're doing is they're bringing the neighborhood into the home, because let's be honest, everybody's kind of curious what, Joe and Mary Smith's house, what does their house look like, right? So what they do is you send it to a few block, up to a mile radius of the listing, so all the curious neighbors get to go in and see what the house looks like, and it draws people in. Then they get to know the realtor, they start to feel comfortable with them, so when they're ready to sell their home, who do you think they're going to call? That realtor, not the one that's bragging that they sold 5 homes in their neighborhood, because let's be honest, they show up in your mailbox, they show up in my mailbox, and to be honest with you, I look and go, oh, that's great. And I throw it away, because we look at it like, oh, this is just junk mail. And I don't mean to be offensive, but it is.
Right.
We have a system that's designed where it's a specific size mailer, that it sticks out from other mailings. It's not too big, it's not too small. It really gets the attention of the neighborhood. Instead of going, oh, this is junk, they're like, ooh, what is this? And they get curious. So that's when they go, let me go to that open house. What's going on over there? So we specialize in those.
Awesome. So Amber, how are our viewers going to get a hold of you?
The best way to get a hold of us is contacting us directly, and the phone number is 772-222-7592, or you can go to our website, which is showcaseservice.com, or you can reach me via email directly at photo@showcaseservice.com. We're also on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube as well.
So all that social media.
We are on every social media network possible.
Amber,
yes.
thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome.
I look
Thanks for
forward to
having me.
meeting with you again.
Absolutely.
And thank you all for joining me here on The Cool Way. I'll see you again really soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.